Hello everyone, and welcome to race number 8 here at the Charlotte Motor Speedway. Peter Onjack will be starting on row 1 alongside the All-Star race winner Diego Yepez. Of course, the last time we were at a racetrack was the All-Star race. The All-Star Open with the big, almost 25 car pileup, sending 2 of the 4 Onj Auto drivers to the hospital. They are all out, checked and released. Everyone is okay after that. But we saw in the All-Star race, it was a big battle between the last season big three. Peter Onjack, Diego Yepez, Jay Jefferson. Jay, of course, his pit stop slowed him down, but it was Diego and Peter battling for the final few laps, with Diego pulling away and coming out on top. Let's get ready for some night racing here at Charlotte.
Drivers, start your engines!
Engines fired here at Charlotte. And you see all the exhaust flaring up. Peter Onjack and Diego Yepez will be on row 1 with Zachary DeLello and Carson Bauers row 2, Brandon Morris and Gatlin Downey row 3, Edson and Smith row 4. Then you have Rogers and Aiden Burkhart in row 5. Row 6 sees some incident. Jeff McReynolds hitting Alexander Rowe back there. The rest of the starting grid will roll across your screen, and you guys can see that real quick. But Jeff McReynolds already unhappy with Alexander Rowe right off the bat. I think there's an issue with the 29 car, and I don't think McReynolds is not getting up on track, so I think McReynolds will be starting this race from pit road. Problems under the hood of the 29 car will keep him from starting this race. Also, we want to point out, Camden Luca finally makes his 3rd start this season. He has not made a race since, I believe, Gateway was his last race, somewhere around there, race 4, so happy to have Camden Luca back. And Tib Foster making his 3rd race of the season, 1st start in the 04 since Road America. He will be rolling off in last, however. But it is an Onj Auto sandwich. Peter Onjack starts on pole. What a job this could be if he's able to win tonight here at Charlotte. He wants to get a win. He needs to salvage some type of season. He's back almost outside of the top 30 once again. 40 laps here at Charlotte. We're going to come across this front straightaway. Onjack and Yepez lead them down, and we are racing. Green flag is out here at Charlotte. Onjack gets a beautiful jump. Yepez slow on the outside, but Peter Onjack pulls away. You also have Zachary DeLello. DeLello is going to make a move for 2nd now down the back stretch here, and 2 by 2 they go off the corner. Peter Onjack out in front. Yepez in 2nd. Brandon Morris now looking to make 3 wide on DeLello. Carson Bauers, there's your points leader. He's up in 3rd right now. And of course, further back, Blake Maurice, you see in the blue PS4 11. Johnny Zod's going to get turned by Brady Burkhart. Into the pack they go. And it's a big spin in the back of the pack. Tib Foster will make it through. Justin Knight's in it. Johnny Zod, Brady Burkhart, Riley Spurleytube, Randy Kaiser, Ryan Butcher, Tony Green, Jay Jefferson all involved. But it's Peter Onjack out in front. I believe he is the only one racing back to the caution flag, so Paul Jackson's stuck in the corner. I think that's going to be the end of his day. But Peter Onjack's car pretty much destroyed. You see Paul Jackson kind of just sitting there. He's stuck between the banking, so he won't be able to finish. And he gets taken out there. The field's spreading across down this back straightaway, trying to get back in line, but very big incident. DJ Gibson also with damage after he was the surprise winner of the All-Star Open, but a lot of cars with damage after that. There's Tim Foster. Great job for him getting through there. And the rest of the field will come on through. Ryan Butcher's kind of stuck right now. But we will get a replay of that caution. Peter Onjack and Carson Bauers, of course, Onjack, Yepez, and Bauers out in front, of course. Tib Foster, Kalen Nosler. The back half of the field's kind of confused right now, but we just got to point out, great job for Tib getting through that. Someone else is smoking. Derek Hamill's car going up in smoke, I think, after he came around. So a lot of cars. Big wreck here at Charlotte. Takes out the back half of the field. We'll get you guys back to a replay of this caution. So you see here, they come off the corner. Johnny Zod on the outside. Brady Burkhart on the inside, and they just spin. Brady goes back up into the traffic. Justin Knight just in the tri-oval. Look at Alexander Rowe, Camden Luca, Matty Porta, Tyler Jones, Tib Foster. A lot of drivers who have had some poor seasons. are pulling up and getting through this, but a big crash here for a lot of drivers. We'll get another camera angle here. Brady Burkhart and Johnny Zod. You see, they just make contact. Brady's on the inside. He did not give Johnny a lot of room, but that's going to be another spin for Zod. Zod gets sent down into the grass. Brady's trying to save it. Hits the grass. The car just turns on him. And he comes back up. Justin Knight runs into the back of him. Paul Jackson nowhere to go. Kaiser nowhere to go. Tony Green nowhere to go. And then they just stack in the rest of the way back. Justin Knight and DJ Gibson with heavy damage. Butcher hits the safer barrier. A great job. Look at that. Alex Kraft, Alexander Rowe, Tib Foster, Tyler Jones all getting through this. You see Derek Hamill actually spinning Riley Spurleytube there at the on the inside. But a very big incident here caused by a lot of drivers. Also, we want to point out further down, Tyler Jones tries to get back up and just runs into the side of Paul Jackson. Both of them spin in front of the field. That's why Paul is stuck on that inside banking. Now let's go ahead real quick, get an onboard with Alexander Rowe in this 89 car. As you see, they were 3 wide, way ahead of them. They just come through the corner. You see they spin to the inside. Now Brady just has nowhere to go. Field stacks up in front of him. Great job using the brake. Kind of taps Ryan Butcher there, but still gets through mainly. And the rest of the field, great job by all those guys. Were able to just go right on past, get by them cleanly, and that'll help their races along. Here we are. We will be going back green this time. By it will be Peter Onjack leading us down with Diego Yepez second, Carson Bauers third, Zachary DeLello in fourth, Brandon Morris in fifth. In sixth is Jacob Edson, seventh Gatlin Downey, eighth is Patrick Smith, ninth Aiden Burkhart, and 10th Jake Rogers. 11th is Sebastian Cucalon, 12th is Zachary Fitzwater, 13th Blake Maurice, 14th Colton Yo, 15th Carter Friesen, 16th Nathan Stapleton, 17th AJ Jones, 18th Riley Spurleytube, 19th Alexander Rowe, 20th Matty Porter, Camden Lucas is 22nd, Jay Jefferson 23rd, Tim Foster up to 25th, Paul Jackson bringing his car back out, but Jeff McReynolds, DJ Gibson, Tyler Jones, Ryan Butcher, Tony Green, and Johnny Zod will line up on the inside line. That was a beautiful start by Peter Onjack last time on the start of this race, so we'll have to see if he can get it going again. Peter Onjack will be leading us down with Diego Yepez second, Carson Bauers third, and Zachary DeLello fourth. The back three, second, third, and fourth, have been very strong this season, very consistent, and Jacob Edson back there in sixth. Peter Onjack and Brandon Morris have just had an up-and-down season. Right now, both of them in the top 5 could spell big rewards if they can hang on up here. Peter Onjack's going to lead us down. Diego Yepez second. So Peter trying to win his first race of the season, second of his career. We're back racing lap number 6, and we are racing green flags back in the air here at Charlotte. Beautiful jump there by Peter. He's going to be able to get ahead of Jeff McReynolds. Yepez is going to have to try to get around him out of the corner. It shouldn't be that hard. And I believe Yepez will clear him. Yes, Bauers and DeLello will get held up, and you see the rest of the lap cars. But Peter Onjack leads him down the back straightaway. There's just a line of cars behind him. So Peter out in front. Carson Bauers now ducks that to the inside. That's for third. Zachary DeLello for fourth. Jacob Edson battling for fifth on Morris. And back for seventh is Patrick Smith and Gatlin Downey. For Jeff McReynolds, if he can get back on the lead lap, he did not have any issues with him. 27th and only 1 lap down. So right now, Jeff, if he can hang on and get back on the lead lap by passing Peter Onjack, that'd be great. You see the top 9 or 10 pretty much single file. Big pack further back of lap cars holding them up. So this could be a battle with the guys up front. Carson Bauers, of course, your points leader. A third place run right now is great for him. Jacob Edson only 6 points back. Sebastian Cucalon was 2 points back. And of course, Carson took the points lead over Blake Maurice because of Blake Maurice's penalty. Burkhart Maurice Racing was found to be having some illegal parts on the 11 car for both Las Vegas and I believe Iowa, and that caused his Las Vegas win to become encumbered. That's why you saw him in the All-Star Open trying to race his way in. Blake lost 30 points in that, and he's now seated 27 points outside of the points lead where he was. Right now he is in the 10th position, and he is doing fine, just trying to do his best here. Try to hang on and battle for that championship at Martinsville. Aiden Burkhart, of course, his teammate right there in this 16 car. He makes the move on Blake. That's for the 10th position. Aiden is, of course, a 2-time winner this season, doing everything he can to try to catch back up and get in that points battle. Go back up front. It's Peter Onjack versus Yepez, of course. At the All-Star race, this was the battle for the win. Diego was able to pass Peter and pull away just like that. Diego now to the race lead. But Peter will be pulling him on the outside, using the outside line. It's going to be a drag race down the back straightaway for the race lead. Yepez versus Onjack, and Jeff McReynolds, the lap car, trying to get in this as well. And Peter using the outside line to his advantage. That will be the race lead back in front of Yepez. So Peter knows he's driving his heart out tonight here at Charlotte. Back in third, Carson Bauers, the points leader. This 22 team has done very well this season. Has been a kind of a surprise. Last season, he finished 4th in points after passing Ryan Butcher at Martinsville in points at the end of the season. Right now, Carson is a points leader. He has so many upgrades to this car, it's not even funny. But he still can only get 1 win a season. Right now, he's in third, very far ahead of his other rivals, except Jacob Edson, who is right behind him. But Carson is just enjoying this race. He's waiting and hoping that he will be able to take a win. Brandon Morris back and forth in this 55 car. This 55 team, of course, for Burkhart Morris Motorsports, compared to Burkhart Maurice, is just very, very bad. This 55 team has never won a race, has never even finished second. Highest finish is 5th at Bristol this season. And of course, he won the Dash for Cash at Gateway. Right now, Brandon now getting held up by Jeff McReynolds. This 55 team just hoping for a top 10 run. Then you see Zachary DeLello. He was 5th when we started this through the field. Of course, now he's up to 4th. Zachary DeLello, a dark horse for the championship. He fell back. He's just around 9th or 10th in points with the 57 team, this all-state sponsorship, as he will be moving to the Truck Series next season. This is his last full season. He'll be able to contend for an Arca championship. So for a lot of drivers, they're trying to win an Arca Series championship this season so they can try to contend with Peter Onjack and be the first champion in the Truck Series to win both series. Back up front, Peter Onjack and Diego Yepez have pulled away, 2 of the best in the series, of course, but Peter hasn't shown it this season. This 44 team has been consistently in the back all season long, except for a few races. Now, of course, Las Vegas was a track that he was good at, and you see the lap car ahead of him, Johnny Zod. Zod put him in the wall, cost him a top 5 finish, dropped him back to the 20th position. Will Peter be able to get around Zod there? Contact with Yepez. And Johnny Zod will slow him up once again. And that will be Diego Yepez for the race lead. Peter cannot get around Zod. He cannot get around Zod, and that will be the race lead and more. Cost to Peter Onjack. That will not be happy, and that will be a penalty issued to the 71 team. He failed to yield for the race leaders, and then Yepez dove under Peter. Now Yepez has a huge lead. Carson Bauers into second, DeLello third, Edson fourth. Now Peter Onjack's dropped all the way back to 5th and 6th with Patrick Smith. And Zod still is not getting out of his way. This is holding up Brandon Morris now. Race leader Peter Onjack is going to lose almost 10, 11 spots. So that's the end of it. Johnny Zod, I'm fairly sure Peter Onjack is going to petition to get this 71 out of the series because Johnny Zod has just not been a good driver. Now Peter's going to be able to get around to the inside, but it's way too late for him now. He's dropped all the way to the 11th position. But it's back up front. It's all Diego Yepez. He is pulled away, trying to get the first win this season for Monster Motorsports. Here at lap 19 of 40, we're coming to the halfway point. Carson Bauers now into second. DeLello third, Edson fourth. Now Patrick Smith battling in fifth. I believe Tyler Jones is a lap down. So Sebastian Cucalon sixth. Gatlin Downey seventh. Aiden Burkhart eighth. Brandon Morris ninth. Peter Onjack 10th. Peter, very, very unhappy. He is livid on the radio, screaming at that 71 team, and for good reason. Twice this season, Peter has had a strong run, and twice this season, the 71 is going to take this 44 out of the win. So obviously, Diego Yepez, we heard on the radio, even in the car, he's yelling at that 71 because he did not want to take the lead like that. He almost wrecked both him and Peter, and now Diego is out in front, driving away. He is not happy at all with that 71 car. Even if it gives him the win, he's going to have some words to say at the end of this race. Carson Bauers, though, this 22 team starting to reel in Diego Yepez. Can Carson Bauers get up there, go for 2 wins this season? Of course, he's a two-time winner in the series. One at Gateway last season, one at Road America this season. Both times, Road America, he had to fight off the Stapleton and Porta incident. Of course, when he got jumped on the restart, got back up to that race lead, going 3 wide, won the race. And Gateway, of course, last season got a last lap pass on Randy Kaiser for the race win. Carson Bauers is now reeling in the 77. Two of the strongest drivers this season. One has a win, one does not. But right now, if either of these two win, they will become the winningest driver in the series. Further back, you see Peter Onjack. Now he's going to team up with Brandon Morris. These two have been buddies. Had rumors about an alliance forming between them, but of course, both of them want to stay and Dodge and Toyota. So Peter will just be treating them respectfully. The Burkhart-Morris team has not really made any rivals in their career. Of course, in this 55 and the 99, they've really just been in the back, but Brady Burkhart getting that win at Iowa. Brandon Morris running fairly well this season. A lot of fans are rooting for him. Aiden Burkhart now going to make the move on Gatlin Downey, and we just want to point out Gatlin Downey for Jones Racing Inc. You see AJ Jones, the team owner, further back in that 4-car, making a move on Peter Onjack on the outside. Huge run by AJ Jones, jeez. But Gatlin Downey, of course, has only attempted, I believe, 4 races this season, has only made 2 of them, so this 93 car is starting in the top 10. A great job, great thing for them. And now Carson Bauers has caught Diego Yepez, and he's going to duck to the inside. Bauers is going to make short work of that 77. Yepez back on the outside line, though. And it's going to be Yepez holding the run off of the corner here, coming to lap 25. 16 laps to go here at Charlotte. These two have pulled away. Zachary DeLello sits 3rd, Jacob Edson 4th, Patrick Smith in a top 5 run, though. And it was announced earlier this week that Patrick Smith has confirmed he is leaving Onjack Auto at the end of the season for the Truck Series to run the SSC Automotive 75 team. Of course, Patrick Smith has been the face of Onjack Auto this season. None of their other drivers, Peter Onjack including, have really ran that strong. And of course, Peter could have won this race. Again, Johnny Zod was the issue, so Peter's ready to take out that 71. But Patrick Smith right now looking for another top 5 run. Peter said he just wants Patrick to finish off the season as strong as he can. Patrick's delivering 2 top 5s in the last 3 races, and especially for top 5 here, that could be great for him. Sebastian Cucalon up to 5th, though. He did not have a top 10 this season until Watkins Glen, when he got his first top 5 as well. Cucalon second in points, 2 points back from Carson Bauers. Right now, Cucalon is doing everything he can to go for it. We just realized lap traffic here. Gibson, Green. You see they're not holding up the race leaders. So what gives? Gibson goes to the outside. Green goes to the outside. Now Yepez and Bauers will get clear to those. There is Johnny Zod once again. I think even Diego Yepez will have an issue with that one when he comes up to Johnny Zod. Green and Gibson will fall back. Bauers is going to take another shot at Diego Yepez. And into the corner he goes. Can he stick it? The inside line's just not that strong. Diego can run this track any way possible. Of course, this is the first year we're at the track. You see the field just singled out, spread out down this back straightaway. Ooh, excuse me. Diego Yepez out in the race lead. Bauers 2nd. DeLello 3rd. Edson 4th. Smith 5th. Cucalon, Burkhart, Morris, AJ Jones, Gatlin Downey, your top 10. There's Peter Onjack. Jay Jefferson. Jefferson started about 33rd or 34th on the field. Right now he's up to the 12th position, so him and Peter together. And look at Tib Foster. Tib is running for Onjack Auto. The last 2 races he started. Of course, last week at Watkins Glen, he DNQ'd in the race. At Road America, he was involved in an incident where Carter Friesen ran into the side of him, almost injured the 04 car. And pit stops underway. This race has been on so long, we will have pit stops coming to the end here. 10 laps to go, so a pit stop race, the first pit stop race of the season here at Charlotte. I believe everyone just wants those fresh new tires, so the pit stops could be the thing here that'll make or break it. Of course, it made or broke Diego Yepez's race. Now Diego is going to try to repair. Now Diego is going to count on his team for even more. Everyone's coming in. Everyone is coming in, so that's good. That's good. We got some pit stops for the first time in the series. But this is a very, very cluttered pit road, so Diego's going to be lucky to get out with that race lead. As you see, Spurley Tube's going to get into him. That's going to separate Bauers and them. Colton Yo. And now look at this pit road. Very, very cluttered. Will this cost anyone the race lead? But, of course, the main reason for this is because I forgot to change it to 2 times. From 2 times to 1 times, I'm pretty sure. Also, this is a pretty long race. But just ignore me. Diego will be coming back out. Johnny Zod, of course, coming out way ahead of them. So Diego Yepez will be leading them back out. Carson Bauers comes out second. Brandon Morris jumps up to third. The question is, Fitzwater, I don't know if he was that high up. Where would the next person be? There is Zachary DeLello. This could be for the race lead here. Zachary DeLello might be able to jump them on pit road. And Bauers is going to clear. He's going to clear Bauers, and he will clear Yepez on the back straightaway. Zachary DeLello leads them here at Charlotte. DeLello moves to the race lead, but do not count out Yepez. He still has 10 laps to do this. 9 to go this time by, but he still has the time to do this. Bauers back to 3rd. Edson 4th. Cucalon up to 5th. Morris 6th. AJ Jones 7th. Smith 8th. Jay Jefferson 9th. Now Tibb goes to 10th. Peter Onjack's back to 16th after being held up by Riley, Spurley Tube, Colton Yo, and others. Tib Foster, though, a top 10 run for this 04 team. This is showing some promising stuff for Onjack. Let's go back up front. There's DJ Gibson. They're going to lap him once again, but it is Zachary DeLello out in front. There you see Johnny Zod once again. Diego Yepez, his car blowing up out of turn 4, and that will cost him his day. Diego Yepez is out of this race. That will give the 2nd place over to Carson Bauers, 3rd to Edson. But now Zachary DeLello, can he win his first career race? The battle for 2nd. You see Zod is just... Look at Zod staying in the middle of the track once again. He made Bauers and Edson go way to the inside to try to catch up. But you see, there's the distance. DeLello out in front. Bauers 2nd, Edson 3rd. Bauers and Edson are 1st and 3rd in points. Of course, Cucalon 2nd. Cucalon is 2nd in points, is 4th right now. So very good day for the top 3 in points. Blake Maurice is further back. So that's costing Blake even more time. And of course, 4th place in points, Diego Yepez is now out of the race. So this race has turned the points in the favor of the top 3 and has put Zachary DeLello in a position to win his first career race. Of course, Bauers 2 career wins, Edson 1 career win. Cucalon has never won either, but Cucalon might be too far back. Tyler Jones is 1 lap down. And you see there, Diego Yepez is issuing a failed ignition on the 77 as he got out of pit road, tried to kick it up back into power, and it just did not work. But here comes Bauers. Bauers will be the battle now for the race win. He's going to dive to the inside of DeLello. Can he hold it? He won't. The outside line has been pretty good for these leaders on defending their position, and DeLello maintains the lead. Here comes Edson now. He's going to try to get the run on Bauers. Can Jacob Edson win in his first race in over a year? That's a move for 2nd. Tyler Jones is actually going to go up with him. Jones trying to get back on the lead lap, except I don't know why. Bauers is going to now dive back to the inside of DeLello. DeLello is holding that outside line. But right now, Carson Bauers versus DeLello for the race win. It's a 3-car battle with 1 lap car in it. Let's take a look at the rest of the field real quick. Cucalon there in 4th. Morris 5th. AJ Jones up to 6th. Patrick Smith 7th. Jefferson 8th. Downey 9th. Rogers in 10th. Onjack's back to 11th. Aiden Burkhart 12th. Kraft, I believe, is 13th. Unless Yo is... No, Yo's battling. So that's Peter Onjack back into 11th. And now, look at that. Tib Foster is going to be held up by Johnny Zod now. Zod has a vendetta against Onjack, and that's holding up another driver. He can't get around him. Stapleton moves around him, so that's going to be Tib Foster losing even more spots. And this might even be a suspension for Johnny Zod with how he's treating these Onjack drivers. I'm fairly sure that Johnny Zod is going to have to get at least a 1 or 2 race suspension, especially if he's still holding up Tib Foster. Tib's trying to go to the outside. Johnny's just blocking him. Johnny's just blocking this 04 car. Now Tib's going to be able to get to the inside, but not after he lost 10 spots. So Tib Foster, that's going to be heartbreak for them, but look at this. Johnny just runs the middle line. It doesn't matter. And as we were focusing on that, there's 2 to go. Blake Maurice is 33rd in place, so now it's a battle between Bauers, Edson, and DeLello for the win as we're going to come around. This will be the white flag this time by. But Johnny Zod has been a big issue for these drivers. Coming out of turn number 4, it's going to be the white flag. Tyler Jones is trying to get to the inside. Of course, he is Carson Bauers' teammate. White flag here at Charlotte. Bauers to the inside. He's getting a push from his teammate. And Bauers takes the race lead. What teamwork there. Tyler Jones goes down. Pushes Bauers into the lead. Down the back straightaway, your points leader. He won Road America earlier this season. Tyler Jones, the lap car, helps his teammate out. And coming out of turn 4, Blake Maurice is there. But Carson Bauers wins at Charlotte. DeLello, Edson, Cucalon, Morris, Jones, Patrick Smith, Jay Jefferson 8th, Peter Onjack 9th, and Jake Rogers 10th. But Johnny Zod is called to the NASCAR hauler, the NSDCA hauler after this. He ruined Peter Onjack and Diego Yepez's races, basically. And Tim Foster drops from 10th to 19th in the running order. Oh, that is going to be an Onjato fight waiting to happen with Zod that far off pace. But anyway, thank you guys for watching. Carson Bauers gets to be the winningest driver in NSDCA history now, with 3 wins in 2 seasons. Thank you guys for watching. Here at Charlotte, we will have Ratings Day up next. Then we head to Kentucky, where Onjato won last season. Thank you guys so much for watching. See you next time. And look at this after the race. Peter came back out on track. Here comes Zod. Look at that. Zod goes up. He's going to put him in, but Peter's going to turn him into the wall. Obviously, temper's overflowing here. He spins him again. So Peter unhappy. Zod held up both Tim Foster and Peter Onjack, and now cost Peter a win. You see Peter is very upset with this. Zod's now trying to get away, but Peter's not going to let him. And look at that. Takes him into the wall. Destroys that 71 car, but I think that's deserved for what Peter wants. So both of these guys are going to be taking a meeting in the hauler after the race.